Today we're going to talk about what's been stopping you from going after what you really want in life. And it's most likely not some complex issue that's going to require years of therapy or coaching. When you understand what I'm about to share with you, it can literally transform your life, having this awareness, because you will be able to move towards what you really want if this is what's in your way. In the book, The War of Art by Pressfield, amazing book. He talks about something called resistance. And resistance is a deflecting force that stops you from going towards what fulfills on your potential and your purpose in life. This is a force that we quite often externalize, and we think it's to do with something outside of us or some belief we have, or we think it's some big almighty force, when in reality, it's just resistance. So resistance can show up in many different areas of your life. So if you want to, become more creative and either become a writer or start a YouTube channel, resistance can get in your way. I can't even express how many fucking years I wasted not following through on YouTube because resistance all shows up if you want to start a business, if you want to get in shape, or if you have some commitment of your heart, whether that's, becoming more committed in your relationship, for marriage, or having kids. Resistance shows up in these moments because it's blocking us and it's deflecting us from having what we want, whether that's in our health, in our wealth, or in our relationships. So now we see where it shows up in our lives. Let's now discover what it looks like. Quite often it looks like self-sabotage, and that could be creating drama in our lives, getting in fights, or getting involved in family drama, relationship drama, because that consumes a lot of our energy. It can also show up in distractions where we're running errands instead of shooting your YouTube video, or I need to buy some stamps so I can mail something in 6 weeks. Like whatever it is, stupid errands. It also shows up when we're experiencing doubt and fear and we're focusing too much on something that is natural anytime we're going to take on a new endeavor. Doubt and fear are natural. It can also show up with distractions, whether that be drugs, alcohol, sex, masturbation, whatever. Anything that distracts us, pulls our energy away, or depletes our energy altogether. And this one is really important. Getting ready to get ready. When we're going to start something, I did this with my YouTube channel. You go on YouTube and you watch 1,000 videos, how to do this, how to make thumbnails, how to do this better, how to make your video better. When in reality, we're just getting ready to get ready. It creates this illusion that we're moving forward and we're making progress when really you're just stalling. It just makes you feel good because you've tricked yourself into thinking you're getting somewhere. It's in the moving forward that you begin to show up in life and life shows up in you. Another thing that could be resistance is this video. You watching this video could be a form of resistance. Instead of you going after what you really want, you're trying to find why you're really not doing it. Now, hopefully you're getting a lot of value out of this. And by the end of this video, I want you to be able to recognize resistance wherever it shows up in your life so that you can have the awareness and the energy within to move forward, move beyond it, and go after what you really want in life. And the ultimate mindfuck in how it shows up is when we convince ourselves that something is wrong with us and we need to hire a coach or a mentor or join a program or go do ayahuasca in the jungle or work with a therapist. And don't get me wrong, all that stuff is very powerful. I've experienced most of that stuff myself. It helped change my life. There's one thing that was going on the whole time though. For a lot of that time, I actually could have been doing YouTube. I could have been making videos earlier. But I thought it was like some other thing and I need to do this, and then I distracted myself because I was busy with my clients, and there's always something. And what I realized is that we just have to take action moving forward no matter what. Baby steps, anything to get us moving forward. And you can go to therapy and do your thing, but also make the baby steps. Because if resistance is what is really stopping you, and you're doing therapy, and again, nothing wrong with therapy, if you go down some rabbit hole of trauma, because that's the way I was in my childhood, now I need to heal this inner child wound from the past, and this is what's been holding me back. Well, if you're doing that, but it's really resistance that's stopping you, you're going to be doing a lot of therapy. You're going to spend a lot of money on a therapist, and you're actually not going to get the healing that you think you need, because the healing that you need is in you moving forward through the resistance, because that's what's really stopping you. And now that leads into how to overcome resistance when it shows up. The first thing is to have awareness of what resistance looks like and where it shows up specifically for you in your life, and then be able to catch it when it shows up. And when that shows up, you got to show up and do the work. You have to show up and say, you know what? I'm distracting myself. You know what? I'm getting involved in drama that this is a distraction. Just stop it. Just sit down and do your work, whatever the thing is that you really want to do. And the next piece is be your word. Follow through on what you say you're going to do. This is how you build self-confidence, and this is how you build self-worth. Self-confidence and self-worth are when you know that you're going to do what you say you're going to do. And when you've built that muscle where you follow through on what you say you're going to do, you show up far more powerfully in life. You show up with far more aliveness in life because you know that what you say you're going to do, you're going to do. And the only way to experience that is to follow through each day on what you say you're going to do. It's that simple. When you do that, self-confidence builds, you feel better, and then resistance has less power over you. And the trick here, do not negotiate with yourself. No excuses. Phone rings, let it ring. Someone texts you, don't even look. Just focus on doing what you really want to do. It's the most important thing here. Follow through on what's most important to you. And from all this, I want you to realize that resistance is going to show up around anything that is truly important to you. Because if it wasn't important to you, resistance wouldn't show up because you'd have nothing to lose. The more important an action is to your life's purpose and what you're here to do, the more likely you are to experience resistance. And when the resistance shows up, you show up. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more of my videos in the future, hit the subscribe button and I'll see you on the next video.